games.
Fantastic.
And
I'm opening.
Share screens. Just fucking share the whole screen. It's whatever. Oh, fuck. Are we on? Do you see me online on the stream?
Mm-hmm. We're good.
Okay, fantastic.
Alrighty. Welcome to Bottom Tier, everyone.
Hey, I didn't have to set like any audio settings or anything, did I?
No, it's good. Just make sure the master audio for Triad Wars is turned down.
Okay, I'm gonna turn it down just a little.
All right.
Loading up the stream on my phone because I can't reach my tablet. Settings. Hello everyone, welcome to Bottom Tier. Colton was supposed to play, but his computer's being a shitheel, so
here we are. All right, everybody, you know the drill. It's me, it's Jason, and
it's
are
the
here.
D-O-double-G. Oh wait,
It's
wrestling.
It's that R-O-A-D-D-O-double-G, and I'm here with that B-A-double-D.
A double crooked letter.
You got it. And we are proud to bring you the Internet Tag Team Champions of the world.
Oh hey,
the Bottom
Tier.
And we are here with our good friend James, who is from Square Enix, from the studio that is working on Triad Wars, the game we're going to be talking about tonight. Jason's going to be playing, and multitasking is probably not his strong suit. But we're
better at it than you are.
You're also better at sucking these nuts. Anyway.
Riveting.
Yeah, I know. That's what I bring to the table. So we want to go ahead and, James, go ahead and say hello to the lovely people.
Hello, everyone.
Why don't you tell everybody who you are and what? Oh shit! What's up, Crazy?
Oh shit, Crazy. Sorry, we're already up to 7 viewers, by the by.
Fantastic.
So I just want to, James, go ahead and tell everybody what's, you know, who you are, where you're from.
Well, my name is James. I work for United Front Games. We're an independent game studio in Vancouver, Canada. What am I? Well, I'm a designer on Triad Wars. I've been working designing games since 1999. I've been in Vancouver since 2009, working on Sleeping Dogs and then Triad Wars.
Outstanding. We are super glad that you're here with us tonight. We're up to 12 viewers, by the by.
Awesome.
So thank you, everybody, for joining us. We hope that number keeps climbing.
I thought I still had... No, I'm thinking out loud.
In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and start by explaining exactly what Triad Wars is. Triad Wars is, and you can, by the way, jump in and correct me at any time if I spout some, if I step incorrect, as the kids would say.
He will chickadee check you, fear not.
Yes, chickadee check me before I wreck me. Triad Wars is a follow-up of sorts to Sleeping Dogs, the Xbox 360/Xbox One, among other platforms, sort of open-world, the detective/gang lord game.
However, I doubt Colton has a car as sweet as this.
I do. My car's twice as sweet. So it's a follow-up in the sense that it is set in the same world. It's set in Hong Kong, much like Sleeping Dogs was. This game is an MMO that consists of some of the similar gameplay elements that you found raiding gang bases, establishing your different rackets, where you illicitly make money in a way that is or is not legal. There's a lot going on in this game. We have a lot to talk about, so we're going to keep things moving. Now, as I said, this is a follow-up of sorts to Sleeping Dogs. Woo! It's set in the same world, still set in the same iteration of Hong Kong, am I right?
Yeah, it actually takes place before Sleeping Dogs in the timeline. The idea is that in Sleeping Dogs, you're this undercover cop named Wei Shen, who basically comes in as this outsider to clean up the chaos in Hong Kong. In Triad Wars, we're before that in the timeline, and we are the chaos in Hong Kong. So this is sort of the problem. You're creating the problem that in Sleeping Dogs you then clean up.
Get right, nerd.
You're going to see characters from Sleeping Dogs appear in Triad Wars, and it's going to be earlier in their careers as they're working their way up.
I always forget how to counter hit on the controller.
Crazy. It absolutely is. It absolutely is sort of like Grand Theft Auto. And you kind of, James, you kind of answered one of my next questions. Is that, so obviously this is kind of a prequel to Sleeping Dogs. What I would ask you, I was going to ask you, are we going to see any familiar characters? But of course we do, and we will. So one thing I wanted to ask you from it is, since you are the designer, you actually would probably be the best to answer this. How much of the map was reused from Sleeping Dogs, or was it all completely rebuilt to be different?
No, it's the same Hong Kong. We made a bunch of changes. So if you think back on Sleeping Dogs, we had these 4 giant neighborhoods for our city. North Point, Kennedy Town, Aberdeen, and Central. And in Triad Wars today, we're keeping the game inside of just North Point. Because we're just coming... I don't know what we're calling our state.
Wow, that guy moved fast.
We're on the road to open beta, is I think what we called it. But basically, we're still working on a bunch of fundamental game system things. It's not quite done yet, I guess. So our thinking is that we don't want to replicate the sort of content we have until we're completely locked in on how the gameplay is going to work throughout. So what we've done is we've just confined the game to North Point right now, and the plan is to expand it out to the whole city once we're sort of a little more locked down on how it's going to play. So what we've done is we've taken North Point from Sleeping Dogs, we sort of sectioned it off, we've carved out these big chunks of it, which have become the areas the different gangs control, and fixed a lot of bugs, and done a bit of art to make things look better, better textures and better stuff around the world, better higher world density and stuff since it's now only on PC. But the fundamental city layout, the roads, really is all the same thing.
That's outstanding. And I do want to take just a moment to say, in chat you will see Mootbot, one of our moderators, posting a link that you can click. If this game interests you, you can follow that link to sign up for the beta, the quote-unquote road to the beta. And we would appreciate it if you go ahead and, even if you just click that link and just take a look at what they've got on offer. It's a fantastic game. I believe it is free to play, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep, it's free.
Okay, you can check out that game at the link. Please, I would encourage you to get it. It looks fantastic. It plays fun. We're going to keep right on moving. One of the other things I wanted to ask you about...
Not to interrupt, but you're kind of right in that it's an MMO. But one of the things that makes it different is you don't get to really interact with other players directly.
Yeah, no, we don't think of this as an MMO. I mean, when I think MMO, I think World of Warcraft, you know?
This is what, like asynchronous?
Yeah, well, so this is a game where you set up your stuff, you set up your base, you attack other people, and they can attack you, but you're not directly interacting with them in real time. Now, sometimes we've got a bunch of features that aren't in the game yet, which is why it's not done and we're calling it finished, right? We're sort of in a halfway point where we've been in a bunch of various stages of closed beta, and we're about to be in an open beta. But there's sort of some big parts that aren't there yet. So the biggest ones being that we don't have player triads in the game yet, which are going to be like player clans or player...
Crap! I did that wrong.
And then when we have those, that's going to allow us to have your friends come defend you. So when someone attacks you, the guys in your tribe will be there to help back up your stuff and defend you.
I was actually going to ask about that.
That sounds amazing.
No, like, you know the pause screen right now, the menu screen where you see you in your car? It's your car and your friends when we have the triads, and you'll see all your buddies there. And then you can assign them to defend different parts of your empire. So if someone attacks you, it's not just attacking one enforcer, but, you know, maybe 3 or 4 or 5 or something like that.
And your friends can be like mini bosses, so that's pretty cool.
Elaborating on that a little bit, are there going to be like raids against like NPCs that you and your friends do? Like, is that a thing? Oh, that's exactly what I wanted.
So that piece allows us to do that next piece. because right now the difficulty is such that it's pretty good for one-on-one, but once we have, say, 4 or 5 enforcers guarding a turf, one person won't be able to take that out. So that means that you go attack someone who's in a top triad, they're going to have a bunch of their triad mates there defending their place, and there's...
crap! I erred.
So,
and then you're going to have to roll with your squad.
You're going to have to go with your friends, and you're going to have to take on those top triads who've got multiple defenders with a bunch of your friends. Or at least, I'm not sure when it'll be a bunch, but it's you and your friends will go attack those guys. And then the next step is to add Triad Wars, which is going to be where you're actually going to be competing, your triad versus other triads to control the city, where it's going to be something of like a map control game where we're going to go to the whole map, the whole city, all the big districts, chop it up into a bunch of territories, and people are fighting over the different chunks of town. So that's sort of the longer-term roadmap of where it's going. Where we are today is you're building at your base, you're attacking other people, they're attacking you, you're defending.
And I'm actually attacking someone right now.
Yeah,
and I am shooting the dog shit out of them.
Now, obviously, something I wanted to talk about too, because I know we've been drawing a lot of lines of comparisons to Sleeping Dogs, and I feel like that's sort of appropriate.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk, because obviously some people in our chat have probably played Sleeping Dogs. I wanted to talk a little bit more about some of the similarities. So obviously the combat system is ported right over fairly cleanly. I definitely, it's super visceral. It's very, a lot of people I know drew the comparison to Batman, to a very Batman style combat system where it's like, you know, you have your active counters. It reminded me also there's a Jet Li PS2 game, but go ahead.
No, I was just agreeing with what you're saying. As soon as we saw the Batman counter, we thought, oh.
Yeah.
we need to utilize that. Can I go back to the friends for 1 second? I have a question.
Go ahead.
What if your friends, like say Colton and I didn't pick the same triad? That would be dumb because we both know what the best triad is. But let's say we picked a different one. Would we still be able to work together?
Yeah, so the triad you're referring to is the one when you start your character and you pick one of 3.
Yeah.
That, honestly, that doesn't have any real significance today. And we're going to add a triad system where players create their own triads, and they'll have
that's
a hierarchy within it. And you can be the leader of your own triad and have your friends be officers and invite people and kick people out and so on. And those are the real triads. Those are the ones that are going to be the ones where you and your friends raid together.
So you grow out of the old triad
and the thing that you have right now is really just a placeholder for what's to come.
That's awesome. You know there's going to be a bottom tier triad.
Yeah, there is. Now, one of the other things that was brought over that I feel like people who are new to this game or this genre might want to be aware of is that your ranking and your standing within the world is represented by a stat called Face, which you gain by doing missions in the game, by raiding other people, and that sort of thing. Now, I actually had a question for you about the Face system because I encountered something while playing Triad Wars today, and I want to know what is going on. I rated somebody who was a higher level than me by about a level or maybe 2 levels, and I was told in a dialogue box that I lost face because I was too low level to raid them. But
I
kicked the dog shit out of them, and my face actually went up significantly. Was that dialogue not at me? Like I'm confused by that message.
Lost face.
It said I lost face, but my face went up. Like I didn't actually lose any. It said you've lost face because you're too low level to raid this rival.
And what I just did is I cleared all the rackets for this base. I stole everything I could steal.
Everything that wasn't nailed down.
And now I'm going to steal their lives with my bullets.
All right. I'll try to explain. It's so basically we have 2 sort of progression things in the game. One's XP. You kill people, you gain XP. That gives you levels. They make you stronger, more powerful. You hit people harder. You can use higher level weapons, equip better upgrades. Then we have face, which is a very Chinese thing. which is sort of a measure of your respect in the world. It's how people perceive you, how important you are, and that is your standing within the triad. So as you increase your face, you go up in ranks. Now, you can also lose face in the game. Like if you die, you're going to lose some face. If you get arrested, you're going to lose some face. If someone raids you, they're going to take face from you, you're going to lose that face.
Unless they fail.
Yeah, if they fail, then you gain face and they lose it, because you're defending to kill them.
And then you laugh.
Mongoloid.
So your face can move up and down, and your XP, your levels only go up. Now we get a situation sometimes where someone's face and XP get really out of whack. Where someone might be really low level, but they manage to get really high face because perhaps they've been logging in every day, not playing the game, not doing any combat.
Wow, that was really easy.
Just produce goods with their rackets and then export them and get face rewards that way, but do almost no combat, and they get kind of out of sync. And we have some mechanisms there to correct for players who sort of go out of whack that way. Now, the dialogue you mentioned, offhand, I don't have a quick answer for you, but I suspect it might be one of those balancing mechanisms for that. But that seems unlikely, given what I know about how you're playing. Honestly, unless you could quote verbatim what it said, I can't give you a good answer right now.
It's actually on. It'll be on the screen right very shortly because I just had that happen to me.
Oh, does that sound like your turf was too low? What's it say?
It said my turf was too low and I lost like 3,000 face.
Right. So it's
But
not
he still gains it.
I still gained face, but...
It's not that you lost face, it's that you didn't make as much as you could have.
Oh, okay.
And the reason for that is because you can upgrade your safe house right now. If you go look at your turf, you've got your different rackets in your safe house, and I suspect they're probably at a lowish level, but your character is at a higher level. And so you need to level up your operations in order to take advantage of what you stole from that guy.
Okay.
That's the mechanism that keeps you from getting too far ahead of your stuff, because we don't want people cranking up their level and trying to get to like a dragon head while still keeping their turf at level 1, because your production would absolutely suck, and then anyone who attacked you would have a worthless time because you have you're basically it's to try to make sure that you're keeping up with your stuff.
Hey, what's up, Nick?
Right now, you're either in a position where your safe house is too low a level, or you perhaps can't afford to upgrade your safe house, in which case you need to go out and make a bit of money and level that up.
And that's probably a product.
Yeah, I need to get some more.
Let's
I'm gonna steal his car.
You don't get the full return on the raid until you sort of caught up with your character, and that's just to keep people from getting too far out of sync.
That makes sense.
And that only gets
kind
like
of are.
percent of players when they're statistical outliers, I think. So it's a really uncommon thing. Actually, I haven't thought about that one in months because I just never see it. But it's funny that you got it.
Is it possible to steal another player's car? I'm sorry, I was just thinking
like
about
permanently, or
like to just like.
I just jacked this dude's ride.
But I don't know is that player's ride?
Yeah,
or?
that was the one sitting outside of his.
So the last car you drive is the one parked outside of your turf, and if someone attacks you, they'll see your car there and they can take it. They don't get it permanently, it won't be in their garage, but it's there for them to use.
But because today I raided a dude, I took all his rackets, I stole his car, and then I drove it off an exit ramp and bailed. Because I could think of no way to give him a bigger middle finger. So, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. My apologies, James. So, obviously, there are a lot of similarities between Sleeping Dogs, but I want to talk a little bit about the other side of that coin. What are some of the things that sets it apart? Like, obviously, you have the favor system and things like that. Why don't you talk us through a couple of those things?
Well, there are huge differences, really. About where it's similar, like the combat system, what you have here is the Sleeping Dogs combat, to which we then added a bunch of new moves, new combat props, new interactions, a bunch of animations, moving and stuff to make it look and feel a bit better. So, like, in the mechanical nuts and bolts sense, it's got a lot of similarities in the world geosimilar, but, of course, what you're doing in the game is entirely different. since Sleeping Dogs is a totally story-driven narrative adventure with beginning, middle, end. And the thing with Sleeping Dogs is most people, it's a funny thing, but typically most games, people don't finish them. It's rare to get people who finish games. If you, like, there's a website stats that sort of gives you a catalog of how much people have played games and how much they finish them. And most games get, you know, very little play. Sleeping Dogs is an outlier in that respect, since a lot of people played it and finished it. But the problem there is then they stop playing it and sort of their experience is done. And so what we're looking to do with this game is make a game where people, like, I mean, this whole big world of the simulated population and police response to violence and pedestrian responses to stuff going on, and a bunch of different overlapping ambient systems where people react to the rain and pull out umbrellas and hide underneath shelters and stuff like that. And like, all that stuff kind of gets, it's nice to have, but if you didn't notice it, when you went past it once with Sleeping Dogs, it's sort of all gone. So we had this big simulated world and we wanted to put a game in it that would let people keep playing for a long time. So this game doesn't have that same sort of narrative thread. There is going to be a story arc of sorts for your character, which is actually one of the things we're working on developing literally today, this week, this month, to try to set up what the player's sort of journey is through this world and give it a bit more meaning and context. Because right now, the game as it sits today is rather mechanic focused and not so much about that narrative ride. But it's not ever going to be the narrative adventure, you know, full of cinematics and stuff that Sleeping Dogs was. Instead, what it is it's basically a big open world online crime. It's a big open world crime sandbox.
Woo!
Where you and your
Holy
friends
crap!
eventually play together and blow shit up. So
that's amazing, and that's actually kind of leads into something I was going to ask you, and I promise this is about as hard hitting or intense as the questions get. Is that some people, you kind of already answered it though. Some people would say, not me, mind you, I disagree with this. Some people have said in previous reviews of Sleeping Dogs that its story was one of its weak points. I don't agree with that. I think Sleeping Dogs was a fantastic story from start to end with memorable characters. But I was going to ask, given that those were criticisms that had been received from some places, not any that matter. Some
of that it wasn't me, so
it wasn't bottom tier, so it matters very little. What were the things that you guys had done to maybe open that up a bit more, or maybe was there more of a character focus? But obviously this isn't really going to have a major narrative thread, so that it kind of becomes a moot point. Like,
there's two things to say. One, we never felt that way. Almost all our reviews really liked the story a lot. We did.
I love the story.
Oh, I thought it was fantastic.
Our perspective, right, internally, is we thought the people who didn't like it were stupid.
I agree.
That's a good. Well, that's why I said that. That's a good perspective to have.
No, I'll tell you, there's a lot of criticisms out there of Triad Wars and Sleeping Dogs where we read it and we go, yeah, they're right, and we agree, and we wish we could have fixed the thing they're calling out. That just doesn't happen to be one of them. I mean, that game, it's like you're on this emotional ride with this guy. He's conflicted. He's, you know, troubled by the duality of his life. He's, you know, doing...
Oh, no, it's hella intense. Like I said, I definitely don't think that. I'm just saying, like, that's something I had read in a few places that it blew my mind.
I have a thought or two while I'm beating these guys up. Fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh, I remember. I have a question about the, we were talking about the cops.
Yeah.
Are there like 10 million cops in this town? Because I was doing the Halloween event, the Jiangxi hunt.
There's one of those fuckers on every corner.
And I pulled my gun to kill these zombies, the Jiangxi. And suddenly there were 15 cops shooting the hell out of me. I need to know how many cops this damn town has. All shit, Red's in the house.
Well, here's how it works. There are cops out on the sidewalk. If one of them sees you shooting a gun, you're in trouble. If there's no cops around and there's a pedestrian there, they have a chance of calling the police. And depending on who they are, they have a greater or lesser chance. So if you see some guy wearing, you know, like a white beater shirt and crappy jeans, and you start doing violence nearby, he's probably just going to run away. Or maybe he'll watch what you're doing or pull out his cell phone and take a picture of the violence.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like a business guy, a middle-aged, sort of middle-class lady walking down the street with a purse, and you start doing violence, they've got a chance to pull out their cell phone and call the cops. And you've got a couple seconds while they're on the phone where you can maybe kill them and stop that if you see it. But they could be like across the block, a good ways away from you.
Yeah, it's really hard to see.
Yeah, it's a subtle thing. But basically,
really
you simulate people of different classes responding to stuff going on in the world.
Yeah!
Once you trigger the cops, if you stay in one place and keep killing them, they're going to keep coming.
They're like Zerg.
They will keep coming, and they'll escalate, and you'll get, you know, bigger and tougher cops, and eventually the riot cops and the guys with machine guns and the big SUVs, and, you know, like they'll bring in the heavy artillery.
Yeah, I've experienced that. That's already happened to me.
However, if you flee and manage to flee effectively, and then you get away, you shoot out a few tires, or you take out a couple of the cops directly behind you, and you put a bit of distance, you can lose them. So it's meant to be played with, you know. It's meant to. We want you to put the cops on you, and we want you to have to fight with them. And
while we're talking about people shooting, that
Yeah.
guy I just killed with a blue aura, was he the guy that was going to pull the alarm?
I wasn't looking, so I couldn't tell you.
He was running away from us. He was in a suit in this
that-
building.
Yeah. Yep, that was not an alarm guy. That guy, so in your graphics, you can get a favor called staff that makes you act more productive.
I actually just got one of those today. It's like a...
So, what you're doing right now is you're raiding someone, and he had staff, and that was one of the staff at his racket. And you
Now
took
he has. Now I've ruined, made orphans of his children.
and you can pick up a favor from him, which gives you a favor. And so he lost his staff, and you gained a favor.
Oh, okay. I need to go up there and like loot him, basically.
Yeah. So that was one of those guys. There are other guys who are going to pull out a phone and get on and call an alarm and bring in reinforcements. They have a different call out over their head.
Okay, because I did find one of those, and I did not get to him fast enough.
It's tricky, but once you, I mean, yeah. It's tricky.
But I will make orphans of all of their children. Also, what's going on, Red?
That's behind you.
All right, I did want to take another moment to talk about one other thing. So obviously, I know you've said because this
No,
is
I don't
like,
want to leave. No.
This is
I'm
on
not
the
done
road,
killing.
This is on the road to beta, as you called it, which I love the terminology there.
It's just some subtle gray area in between closed beta and open.
So obviously the game is really fun, even in its current state. I gotta tell you, I really enjoyed the time that I've spent with it, and I intend to play it some more, probably tonight, tomorrow morning. My question is, obviously, and you talked a little bit about it, what with the friends list and like the ability to form a player triad and those kind of things. What are some of the, are there any other major features that you want to talk about that are planned before the official launch of the game? Or did you cover most of them?
Well, number one, I have no idea when the official launch of the game is. Because
Soon, TM.
Is to keep making this game forever. You know, as long as we got an audience for it, we want to keep making it better. And we got a giant list of things we want to do. I'm not sure how far we'll get. But sort of the big pieces are player tryouts, and then, you know, you and your friends defending stuff together, then you and friends doing co-op raids together to attack.
I am super excited for that.
Triad War metagame where you're fighting over the whole city with your friends in triads to see which triad can dominate. And then some sort of smaller ancillary features along the way are things like putting more of a story wrapping around your progression through the game. So just to give it a bit more context, right? Because right now it's very mechanical in how we level up and how we present it. And the thing is that what we're going to have pretty soon is going to be each rank's going to unlock different things around the city, different perks for you.
Oh,
so
nice.
Rank will unlock heavy weapons, and one rank might be unlocking informants, and one rank might be some other kind of thing. That's coming pretty soon. Can't give you a date, but that's like what we're working on today, pretty much.
Oh, sweet.
There's a lot of things, but I'm actually not sure how much of it I should be saying.
We appreciate you saying what you can. Like, we're grateful for that much.
Spray and pray.
Don't
Get
worry,
wrecked, nerds.
curious on the forums in a week because we didn't deliver on everything I just mentioned today, but that's where we're going.
We'll blame Colton, don't worry.
Remember, it's the internet, so...
Yeah.
Hey, James was talking to that there fat guy on the internet, and they didn't deliver on that thing they said.
He said the thing and it didn't happen.
Yeah, he said the thing to the fat guy, and then it didn't happen. So, check it out. I actually... Now, I know you used the phrase you intend to keep making this game forever.
Yeah.
That actually kind of brings me to a couple of other questions I had. The first of which was, I keep seeing on my turf Temple coming soon.
Me too. I've actually been wondering about that.
Tell us what that is.
It is a tease. The temple is going to be part of the Triad feature. It's basically the idea is that the temple is like a trophy room for your Triad. And so you're going to unlock the temple and build it, level it up, and that's going to give you more and more features within your Triad. And then as your Triad achieves things as a group, when you take over neighborhoods of the city, or I can't quite say what, but as they achieve things in the city, you're going to get these statues, probably trophies of some form, and they're going to be in your temple. And anyone who raids you has to basically fight through that space in order to get to where your enforcer is. So anyone who attacks you is basically going to have to walk through your trophy room and see.
That's sick.
That's the idea.
That is pretty legit.
I think you guys should really reach out to the Wu-Tang Clan to fucking drop tracks for this.
I think...
I mean, I love the car music. The car music is so good.
Yeah, it's so...
Are those real bands that you guys picked up, or...?
Yeah, no, yeah.
I stole old boy's car, like I was telling you guys about earlier today, and it was on like a chip tune station. Like,
oh,
I
wow.
don't know what the hell happened. I thought I had broken the game for a moment.
Now there's a lot of, I mean, there's a bunch of different channels, right? And maybe half of them are Hong Kong music of different types.
Yeah, the Hong Kong rap was really sick.
Yeah.
It's just stuff that we don't typically hear, right? So it adds authenticity to the location.
And I really like, as far as speaking of authenticity, I really enjoyed that some people in the AI out in the city alternate between English and I think Cantonese.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought that was a nice touch.
Can we get subtitles though? Is that going to be a thing that happens?
No, never for the ambient people.
Oh.
That's okay. But anybody who's important who speaks...
The answer is you can get 10 of them talking at the same time, and it would just be a...
Oh, that'd be a nightmare.
It'd be a wall of text on your screen.
Yeah.
Actually, Red had a question that I think was answered earlier on the stream, but I'm going to read it out loud because I can't read it and talk at the same time. Will the basers be harder to get through if you team up with other people? So will difficulty scale with the friend functionality?
Yeah, absolutely.
Which you did kind of talk about that a little bit with the having friends as guards, like as enforcers in your racket.
Yep. That's absolutely it. Also, as you rank up and you level up, you get better weapons and better stuff and more perks and stuff, and which makes the guys defending your base much tougher.
Like this amazing gun that I have right now.
And then, the thing is, that gun, when you log off, the guys in your base, they get that gun too.
Yep.
Right. So if someone raids you, they have to face your guys with that gun.
With my sick-ass Uzi.
Rat, as it were.
So then as you get your friends also defending you, it gets much harder, and that's why you then need to use co-op in order to raid them.
I don't think that's the right way. Oh shit, I need to go ahead and end this. I'm running out of time. I need to go kill people.
Get tough.
I have this habit of trying to do everything in a base.
Yeah.
But the higher level you are, the more stuff they have. And the considerably... It makes the challenge on that considerably greater. Without favors, it's almost impossible.
Yeah. Well, there's a bunch of free favors always in the city that you can collect every day, and some of them are always extra time for raids. Because we want to make it totally, like, I don't know how you feel about free-to-play, but part of our thinking with this was we wanted to get as many people as we could into the world to make it more alive. And
no, I love it.
I don't like games that are like hard paywall games where you just can't play or can't progress without putting money into it. And our thinking, our sort of philosophy has always been we'd rather that this game was a fun place to be and people want to spend money to make their time in that place a bit better, like to get more frills or stuff, rather than you need to pay in order to actually have any fun or get anywhere.
Jason's got a really good question too.
So about the city, there's, you know, a bunch of favors and stuff for you to collect every day, including raid time.
That is pretty legit. And I was actually, one of my last things on my list of questions to ask was, how are you guys trying to avoid some of the pitfalls with free-to-play games? But you've answered that question, so fantastic.
Well done.
You did it. He's actually done that several times. Like,
he was prepared for us.
Yeah, he was. He was prepared.
Like I spent years of my life thinking about this before.
You probably were.
Well,
yeah, we're that important.
And I'm sure I'm probably asking like all the basic bitch.
Oh no, where's my gun? Why don't I have my? There it is.
So Jason Roner has an interesting question in chat. If you guys have, we're only going to be doing this for just a little bit longer because we don't want to take up all of James' time. But if you guys have questions in chat, we're going to go ahead and start taking those now. Jason Roner asks, will there be a sidekick type system that brings your friends up to your level or allow higher level people to play with lower level players?
I got no details about that yet. We're at the point
oh shit, I'm out of ammo.
We're at the point where, oh shit, I'm out of ammo. Stellar.
Well,
sorry,
I thought I still had unlimited ammo.
It's a thing we've talked about. It's not a thing we've started doing. We have tech for co-op in a workable state internally where it's not ready for the world yet.
Oh, crap!
Haven't yet tackled. But, like we were talking about how City of Heroes does it in the sidekicks, and I've always kind of like...
Crunch!
But at the same time, you play a game like Diablo where you take your friend along and it's just they're on their own and they're careful and they tend to level up really fast with a high-level friend and it balances kind of quickly over time anyway. We like that too, and we haven't picked which way we're going. However, I can say that at a high-level goal, we don't want to ever have barriers to keep friends from playing with each other, and we're going to find a way to make that happen. So, there you go.
Definitely, you guys should make a note to be playing this game and click on that little link that we have provided for you, so that one day, yes, so that one day you too can be a part of the bottom tier triad.
Yes.
You know, the best triad.
The best triad. Well, okay, I did. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I said the bottom tier is the best. It's
It absolutely is.
It is 100%.
You've heard it. James knows what's up.
He knows what's really hood.
He knows what's really, really hood.
So, bottom of the barrel. And we were talking in the office about who wants to be on bottom of the barrel, and everyone, eh.
Well, they don't really know what's hood, so...
Yeah, well...
They missed out.
Was that your reaction as well? Did you also go, eh?
No, I was filled with enthusiasm.
Oh, outstanding.
Excellent.
Good. Well, our show is called
save.
Bottom... Our YouTube Let's Play channel is called Bottom Tier, and our interview series that we do for MMOHuts.com is Bottom of the Barrel. One last thing I wanted to cover, because you've already talked about your long-term expectations for new content, is one of my favorite things about... I hesitate to call this... It's obviously not an MMO, but I'll call it an online game, because I think that kind of is fair to say.
It's online, it's just not MMO.
Yeah. So one of my favorite things about online, and we've already talked about, there's a Halloween event going on right now.
Which you should see on your screen as we speak.
Will there be other holiday events?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a live game. You know, we're patching it like a big patch with new content happens about once a month. We got small bug fixing patches happening almost every week. We're constantly putting in new stuff. And like right now, we just did this Halloween one because we wanted to prove, well, not prove, but like demonstrate our tech. And like we built this tech for events, right? And we want to make sure it actually works. And we don't have a big audience yet because we're new at this. But we wanted to prove out that it works, and so we built up a big Halloween event. We've got like these 4 different challenges. They give there's 4 different epic rewards. It changes the whole world. But you'll see in a moment, right? So we wanted to make sure we could do it, and this is sort of our proof of concept for an event. And the plan is to have lots of them, and probably go the Warcraft model where we just add a new event or 2 every year and keep piling them on. So we always have something interesting going on.
I love it.
Red has a question as well.
Oh, will there be true PvP modes available in the future?
Pardon me?
Red
The future.
Red the Reckless asks, will there be PvP, true PvP available in future?
The very, very distant future, maybe, but we have no plans on doing that right now. That's not the direction we're going.
I actually have a quick question.
We're a different game.
Will there be, like, will the holidays follow the, like, the Hong Kong theme, like the Asian theme? Like, we're not going to see, like, Oktoberfest in Hong Kong or anything.
I would seriously doubt it.
Oh, thank God.
No, I mean, you're going to maybe see Chinese New Year. You know?
Oh, that'll be so fun to run around in.
Yeah,
What about,
takes you culturally to a different place, right? So here's our Halloween. We don't have, like, you know, witches and ghosts. We have Chinese zombies, the traditional sort of Chinese Jiangxi. Like, when you see them, they don't walk, they float, and they hop around. And, you know, it's...
I need a car.
We're doing a Chinese, you know, Halloween. It's not Halloween in Sacramento.
Oh, there's a parking
Right.
garage.
So when a co-op eventually happens, will friendly fire be a thing? Or will it be AI? Or...
Because we'll be doomed. We are fucked.
That was a question someone
I couldn't
asked.
say today.
Okay. Sorry, Roner. We'll learn of that one day, but today is not that day. There will be a day when the strength of men fails, and I shoot Jason in the back of the head, but today is not that day.
Yeah. There's other games where you could ruin my day with them.
Yeah. I mean, hell, I could do that with Skype, let alone a video.
Oh, God!
All right.
Oh, my car!
I think that about wraps it up, Jason, unless you had any other questions you wanted to go over.
Can I flip my car?
No, I think your car is fucked.
Damn it. You know what? We're going to go out.
Jason, there are like 15 cars driving past you right now. Just steal one. You know what? That's something I thought I'd say to another human being.
I tried really hard to hijack that car. Fuck out your car! Give me that shit!
All right, then, Jay, did you have any closing questions or thoughts you'd like to share?
No, I honestly think I'm good. I've stole this man's Hong Kong hot car. Now I'm gonna go hunt demons.
Outstanding.
Also, I did want to point out though that we will probably be playing. One of us will be playing on Saturday, and we will be doing one of the Halloween events. I think it's a survival thing. If you can correct me, James.
What it is there's these. The one you're doing on the weekend is going to be. There's basically like these portals about the world, and there's a bunch of Jiangxi zombies, and then there's this one big
cops
in the middle of them, and you need to kill a certain number of those boss demons to unlock an epic weapon that's yours to keep forever after.
Oh, nice.
So gun, it's like it's a one-off pistol we made just for the event. It's called a Resolver, and it's like this really chunky, extra big revolver type gun.
Oh, sweet.
You get a headshot, it actually blows the head off of the person you hit and explodes their head, and blood squirts.
That's
kind of like a Halloween gore kind of thing.
I really appreciate that the cars aren't all the same speed, but this fucking minivan sucks.
That's like my shotgun that I call the SIR. That's the CIR. I call it the customer issue resolution.
I use the Peacemaker personally. P-I-E-C-E maker.
All right, well, this is going to do it for Bottom of the Barrel. We want to take just a moment and pay a very special thank you to James for joining us. He's been fantastic. The game we've been talking about that you've been watching Jason blunder his way aimlessly through is Triad Wars. You can join the beta and download this game at the link we've provided, and we would encourage you to do so. It's massively fun. It might not be massively multiplayer, but it's massively fun.
Oh, hey, there's that cop that I evaded.
Go kick the shit out of people and blow stuff up, and we will see you next time. James, would you like to do the honors?
What do I do?
You just say it.
I'll say
next time, and you say on bottom tier.
All right.
All right. We will see you next time
on bottom tier.
And if some of you guys want to stay in chat, we might give away a couple of our Devillian betas. If you are interested in the Devillian beta, speak up in chat and maybe we'll give one or two away.
Yeah, absolutely.
This pop music's kind of jazzy though.
Jason, take us home. Don't get distracted.
But it is. It's fucking great. Well, you have the keys also in your email. Devillian, D-E-V. It's like Diablo. It's Japanese style. It's a Japanese take on Western fantasy. It's every character class is super duper big damage. Lots of AOE. Lots of really fun stuff. Yeah. Oh shit, that's a demon in that car.
Yes.
You picked the wrong time to be a demon, motherfucker.
Fantastic. You did.
He did. He absolutely did. Oh, hey, there's the car that I stole earlier.
Jay, have you turned off the stream?
I have not, but I'm about to.
You're running amok.
You are.
It's hard. It's hard work running amok.
It's hard to stay focused.